Hey guys, welcome back. Just Carve Rob. And we're back. And this is where we are with our little guy so far. Woo! There he is. Having problems with the focus. Autofocus isn't autofocusing for some reason. I don't know why. So, I think what we're going to do next here is we're going to undercut this hat. And I think got to get this back taken out a little bit here. Get it rounded over. Oh, that's a tough piece. Get this baby rounded over. This is Just Carve Rob, and I am your host. Okay, so we got to get this undercut up under this hat here, and the flame burr ain't going to get it. So I think we're going to change over to a diamond burr. Yep, and it's pretty. This diamond burr is pretty well wore out, guys. Oh yeah, we got some smoke, smibic. Got some smibic going, and we're just going to go around and we're cutting up and into the hat to give it that shadow, because we all know that carving is all about the shadows. The more shadows you create, the better your carving would look. Yep. And put some, get up underneath that hat there. Yeah, this diamond's about had it. It's a problem when you buy cheap diamonds, guys. They wear out quickly. But then again, when you're getting 20 of them for $15, I don't know. Got to find some place that sells really good diamonds, you know, so that I can try it out, and then I got something to compare to cheap ones too. I also got these bigger diamonds. They came off Amazon. I think those were like $15. Got a cone bit in there. We're going to use that for shaping this hat. Smooth it out a little bit. We want to make it smooth. Get it smooth out. Smoothed out, my friend. Smoothed out. Man, it was a nasty looking day here in Michigan today. Very cloudy. Thought it was going to rain for sure. Put off working on my truck like no other. And I ended up working on it. I went to take the fuel pump out, and everything was so rusted up it just all broke. So, what a pain. Get rid of that one. What bit are you going to put in there next, Rob? We're going to put a diamond flame burr. This is a bigger one, 1/8 inch shaft. It lets me get down and round the bottom of the hat, you know, create that compound angle there. And we're trying to smooth it out, get a lot of the heavy cut marks out from the heavier bits, and to see where we're at as far as our depth, because those extremely extreme bits, they do leave some pretty heavy cut marks. So you always got to figure in about, you're gonna, wherever you're at, you're gonna figure that you're gonna take another 1/16 of an inch off if you want to totally get rid of those deep score marks from the extremely extreme bits, because you figure, okay, they're gonna leave a mark about 1/32 of an inch deep, and you're taking it off all the way around. So it'd be a 1/32 off one side, 1/32 off another side, and a 1/32 and a 1/32 equals 1/16. So always keep that in mind, guys. If you're going to want to smooth everything out, always figure you're going to have to subtract a little more wood from your project. I know it's, yeah, you know, you're saying, Rob, we already know that. We're wood carvers, Rob. But for us that are new at this, it's always good to have a little extra advice thrown in there. A little extra advice has never hurt. You can either take it or leave it. Wow. Yeah, look at that finger. It's sealing up pretty good, but still don't look so nice. Probably should have put a Band-Aid on it. Um, but it's at the point now that air is actually better for it, I think. Keeps it, if you keep a Band-Aid on, it keeps it all moist and icky. So we're letting the boo-boo finger air out today. See how we're smoothing all that out? Making it nice and smooth. I know a lot of people like on some of my stuff, I like to see the flat marks from the carving knife. And I haven't decided if I'm going to go back and just put some little flat marks on here, or if I'm just going to leave it super smooth. The guy that's getting this is a fan of the Just Carved Rob show. So he got a hold of me. He said, "Hey, I want one of those little sea captain guys." And I said, "Okay, I'll carve you one." And yep, so that's what we're doing, smoothing everything out. And we're going to take his mustache. His mustache is sticking out way too far, so we're going to take his mustache down, and then we'll have to round his nose a little bit more and that kind of good stuff. Get up on in there, shorten his mustache up, otherwise he'll have a beard that goes to his feet. We don't want a beard that goes to his feet. We're just going to work it ever so nicely. Now right there, we're cutting the beard in behind the mustache. Behind the mustache, we're cutting the beard in, okay? And see how that we're bringing the beard right down from behind the mustache? So if you look at him from the side, you'll see mustache, but then further back where his cheeks are, you'll see the beard. Okay, so we're taking our flame burr out. And we've got one of these 3-wing cutters from China. This thing would be a really good cutter if it was made out of better steel, guys. They aren't very sharp. Like, I'm putting a smaller one in here, and right at the end there, it's not very sharp at all. I seen these on Facebook, man. They were advertising the tar out of them, saying how great these things are. Not all that great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do kind of work, but if they were made of a better steel, or even carbide, or really good high-speed steel, these would be awesome. But as they are, I don't know what they made these out of. It's got to be some kind of high-speed steel. I think you get 5 of them for $8, and they go from this small one up to a bigger one. The bigger ones aren't that bad, but these small ones right at the tip are very, very dull. In the middle, they work good, but you get down to that tip, and it just doesn't want to cut. Matter of fact, when I took these out of the bag, they came in a little bag, there was actually metal chips in the bag, okay? And the edges of it was all rough looking. They had been ground and not finished, I don't think. So I was pretty disappointed by them, to be honest with you. After seeing all the stuff that they were carving with it, and then you get these, and I was underwhelmed with it. I think Jordy ordered a set of them too, and just not as good. Up there at the tip is very, very, it won't even bite your fingernail. So I think we're going to try a bigger one. It's the next size bigger, and I don't know, it's very inconsistent. You might get a set, if you order a set, you might get a set better than the set I got, but the set I got is very, in my opinion, was dull. So I will keep my eyes open. If I find another set of these made by a different manufacturer, maybe a better grade of steel, I'll buy them again, just because I do like the design, and I got a feeling that they'd work very, very well, whether it be in a Dremel or micro motor. So now we're switched back over to our knife, do a little whittle on them, and clean some stuff up here. Want to keep them clean as we're going along, so we don't have a bunch of stuff to clean up at the end. Now we're gonna get his arms placed. This guy, I think we're gonna put his hands in his pockets. Make sure when you're drawing the knife toward your thumb to keep your thumb down and out of the way. All right, and around his shoulders over here a little bit. Get him up and under there. Yep. Get his arms marked in there. Doing a little chip cutting there. Get those arms, the back of his arms, to stand out from his jacket. You kind of want to leave the front up front alone where the hands are. Pull some wood out of there. Around the shoulder over a little bit. And just watch out for his beard. You don't want to get cutting into his beard. So we're bringing the front of the arms out now. Getting rid of that excess material off his belly. See the size chips you can pull out of there with a knife? You don't got all that fine sawdust. But a little bit of a hard spot there. I'm just sliding the knife up alongside his arm. And we use a little technique that I learned from Doug Linker on how to cut your arm, the inside of your arms in. That's not it right there. And trimming up his beard a little bit. You cut up underneath the hat. Making his mustache stand out a little bit. Trimming that down. Get that mustache trimmed back. Don't want to make our mustache stand out. We want it to stand out more than the beard, but not a super lot. And we're rolling that knife up there. We're driving his beard up underneath his hat a little bit. Doing that cleanup like I was telling you. Rounding it. Just shaping. Just gotta keep getting everything shaped up here. We will come back through this with the ruby burrs, not in this video, but to on the final pass. Just trying to get his mustache worked in there. Push his nose back a little bit, get it a little rounder. I think we're going to give this guy a pipe since he's an old sea captain. We've got all that wood to remove. Okay, now we're putting the bend in his arm. And what we're going to do is we're going to drive the knife down. You can see the angle that we put the knife on. It's kind of angled outward a little bit. And then, so you do that from both sides of your elbow. And you can just pop out that big chip. Stick it in deep towards the middle of the arm. And then angle it up towards the shoulder. So you want to go deep in the middle of the arm. And then pop that chip out of there. And see how that makes that arm stick out? And then you can either leave his arms flat or round them over. I'll round them over because that's the way I like them rounded, like that. Now by doing that, you're also leaving your hands so that you can tuck them into his pockets, right? And you can see we're making the cut for the pocket right there. And I like to have when I have the hands in his pocket, I like to leave a little bump there so you can actually tell that his hands are in his pocket. And we'll just use the tip of the knife and walk right around where we drew our line. And then we'll put our knife on an angle and we'll pop that chip out of there. See? Whoop, right around, pop the chip out. There. Pop that chip out. Yep. And then we'll bring the pocket down. And we got to draw the sleeve of his jacket in there. So that's what we're doing there. We're just marking the sleeve of the jacket. And pop, and same thing. See that? Bring that pocket down. Take that little chip out of there. And now it looks like his hand is in his pocket. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. It's been a while since I've put new bulbs in my lights, so I think they're getting a little dim. And now we're just gonna, right there, we're gonna put the crook of his arm in so you can tell his arm's bent. And we're going to round it over and work that up into the shoulder. Just like that. I think he's looking pretty good. And of course we got a long ways to go to get, we got to bring his belly down or his front of his jacket down some more. Working the back of the arm, rounding it over. I like making them have little round arms in this jacket. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And see how we just keep rounding this shoulder? You gotta pretend you're wearing a jacket, right? So you just gotta round it over up into the shoulder. Just like that. And you can see the crook in the arm. We're going to do that again. You're going to really plant the point of that knife down there and then work it back and then come back and pop that chip out. Just like that. There's a trick that Doug Linker showed me. It works really, really well. It's a three-way cut. And I'm showing you where we're going to put the seam of our jacket and all that stuff. And we're still working on making that a little bit deeper. Yep. It'd be all right. Just keep working her over. And we're scooping our knife there because we want that pocket to stand out a little bit, but we don't want it to be like a dead stop. We want to scoop it out. So we'll roll the edge of our knife and just do a little scoopy. And we're going to draw in the bottom of his jacket. And the line on the bottom is where his boots are going to be, his feet. Yeah, so that's where the bottom of his jacket's going to be. And we're going to roll our knife and do a little scoopy there. Make it look like he's got a behind up underneath his jacket. And we'll scoop that right into the arms too. So the jacket will flare out a little bit. Okay. So I think that's where we're going to call this one a video, guys. So share, subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. Stay safe. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.